Well, I think the favorite part is your independence.
You're independent.
You're your own boss.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'd say, probably. And it's nothing like you're out on the water and watch the sun come up and it's a nice, pretty morning. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just it's breathtaking most times. You know.
Yeah. Every day.
Yeah.
Must be nice. What about you, Ginny?
The same with me. Like I said, when I'm usually this time of year when they first start,
mm-hmm.
the price is not great in New York
mm-hmm.
because the businesses aren't running in New York.
Okay.
So I get up sometimes early, 4 in the morning, like you said. You'll watch the sun, and I'm out there just peaceful cleaning myself. I clean the crabs, freeze them, go up to Shannon, fish up, and so forth.
Yeah.
And because really, when we do the crabbing is one job, what he goes out and catches.
Uh-huh.
But then what we do is another job, the shedding process.
Right.
And most time people do that as a family.
What is your least favorite part about the crabbing business?
It's very confining.
Yeah.
It's very confining?
Yes.
What do you mean by confining?
Well, like I say, when they get their floats full, well, you're going down, say, every 4 hours,
mm-hmm.
and you got to fish up. Go around all these floats and get out the soft crabs. If not, they're going to get hard again. They'll get.
So you have to fall back or no.
And then you won't be able to ship them as a soft crab. So they have to be tended when they need it.
Wow, so the timing is everything.
Yeah.
You have to really
Correct.
keep your eye on it.
And that's a 7-day. I mean, you'll fish up 5 or 6 times a day.
Huh.
And that's got to be. I mean, you got to be there. Just
right. So it's really 7 day
yeah,
a week. And so that's happening right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what is really nice about the water business. Most time it's a family organization, you know what I mean? And like I say, my 2 boys, I started raising it. They went crabbing with me, you know, and they crabbing on their own, you know,
mm-hmm.
and it's togetherness, you know what I mean? It's family, you know. Most time ain't many times you get to work right alongside your sons growing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the type of crabbing's really changed a lot.
Oh, really?
I'll say in the last 30, 40 years. Used to be very little crab pots. A lot of it was just crab scraping, trot lining,
mm-hmm.
but now it's just about, it's a few trot liners. Not in Somerset County you have very few trot liners, but mostly just about all potting.
Mm-hmm.
That's changed from potting. But it used to be nothing but crab scraping. When I first started crabbing, that's what I did, crab scraping.
You crab scraped?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you noticed anything at all as far as like a change in the amount that's available?
Oh yeah, it's I don't think it's quite as many crabs.
There's not?
No.
Have you noticed a change at all in sort of the
No, it's pretty much since I've been involved in it, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
pretty much stayed the same. They have, at different times in the summer, the amount's different.
Right.
You'll start out with a big amount, then you'll have a drop off. You'll have a couple slack weeks,
mm-hmm.
then you'll get back
to the way that it was.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
crabs really shed almost with the moon. They're big cycles, you know what I mean? They'll shed with that.
The crabs shed with the moon?
Yeah. Most of your big runs were a lot of crabs shed. Now they shed all the time, you know what I mean? But you have a bigger volume of crabs most time on the full moon.
Huh. More of them shed on the full moon?
Yeah.
Interesting.
A bigger volume, you know, bigger. But you have them shedding all year long. But most time your big runs will come on the full moon.
The ruins are the
where it's a lot of crabs, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have any opinions about the regulations that are there for watermen?
I think the more regulations, the more they fool with it, the worse they make it, really, to be honest with you.
The worse it gets, you
The
mean?
worse it gets, I think, yeah.
With the restrictions of like not issuing new crabbing license
Uh-huh.
and the expense of their equipment like the crab pots,
Uh-huh.
you're going to see fewer men do what he's doing. Because the young people are not going to be able to get into it. it's gonna be so expensive to start.
Right, the startup costs must be really difficult right
Yeah.
now.
Correct.
Right, so if you don't have the whole thing set up, it's
Yeah.
really hard to get started.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because even if a young person is interested,
Yeah.
like is drawn to it, it must be really hard to start up the business from nothing.
Well, if a young person would, like I said, would come down here and wanted to get in the crab business, you can't get a license to crab. Now you could buy a license from somebody that's got a pre-existing license,
Okay.
but you can't go DNR up to the office and get a license. They don't issue no new licenses.
Hmm.
But so they put a freeze on all of that.
Do you think that regulations should be non-existent, or do you think
No.
they just could be
You
done
got to
better?
have you got to have regulations.
But
you
they
know
could
what I
be
mean?
better if they incorporated.
It's always been regulations. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's always been. What's that?
Right.
Yeah.
So they've just kind of gotten stricter, I guess.
Stricter,
over the
yeah.
years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe you. Being you work on the road, you're more in touch with nature.
Right.
I really believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you would if you were working at an office. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're out in the what's that?
You're outside every day. Yeah. Ginny?
I tell you, when you
What's
depend on the weather and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Hey,
Well, I think, like I say, I think it always makes you be thankful for more things. Like,
Okay.
just like you've been looked over that day. God's looked over you that day and brought you in. Could be a stormy day, but He's brought you in. You know, I just feel like you are more in touch.